We have big Mars energy unfolding as January begins. After Mars opposes Pluto at 1 degrees of Leo, Mars re-enters Cancer on January 6th, and this also re-triggers that first opposition between Pluto and Mars back in November, on November 3rd. So what we have here is a lot of emotional energy being triggered. This is happening collectively and individually. Mars re-entering Cancer is re-entering into what you really feel that's unresolved. And this energy is stirring things up within us, not bringing about resolution or peace. In fact, it's doing the opposite. It's bringing up emotional rage, responses, big triggers. This is like going nuclear, which I hate to say that, but there's a lot of escalation here in the emotional climate. And we each feel that and sense that at a personal level. Mars re-entering Cancer also is going to bring up what you need to work through at a deeper level of your emotional body, your emotional experience. So Cancer is the first water sign of the zodiac wheel, and it's about how we personally feel, what you need to feel safe, how you trust yourself, how you're tuned in to what is going on within your internal world. Cancer is about family, home, safe environments. It's related to the parents and the people you've lived with, especially when you were younger. It's your first experience of that family tribe. Cancer is typically connected to the mother figures, women in general, but especially those who are nurturing, who provide support. Cancer is also where you go at the end of the day after you work, where you go home, have dinner, put your feet up, relax, balance your energy from everything you've been doing out in the world, needing to decompress and tune in to, well, what do I want? What do I need? The Cancer energy is how we learn to trust what we're feeling. Even when the mind feels something different, even when a part of ourselves has a different desire, Cancer gets to the heart of what you really need and what you really want. And in fact, it's how you trust your heart. It's how you trust what you're feeling. As Mars enters this sign, there is a restlessness here. There is this internal energy that you could be feeling, that you're working through something from the past. You thought it was over, you thought it was done, here it comes around again. You could feel that you're getting triggered at home. People you live with, family members. This can bring up triggering around the mother or mother figure, or you as a mother. Because Mars comes through and wants action, Mars retrograde instigates and brings up what needs to be worked through, what needs to be experienced, what needs to be, I was going to say to fight, what you want to fight for, or where you're feeling that internal fight coming up. Mars in Cancer retrograde holds back. And it's through that holding back that the energy is not expressed, and other people don't know what you're feeling, what you're thinking, or what you really need. So this is the energy of repression, resentment, on what you're truly feeling that is uncomfortable, that you don't know how to move through. So the deeper, or rather more conscious way of working with this is to look at the pattern. What pattern is coming up that relates to your childhood or your younger years? What is coming up in you that you've never felt you could fully express, that you didn't think it would be understood? That Cancer energy wants to be understood, wants to be heard, wants to have a safe place to get it all out. There could be something coming up here that you're needing to take care of for yourself that you haven't fully addressed or haven't fully understood. Mars in Cancer can be very childlike. And so there could be a part of you coming up that maybe you're not handling it in a mature way. You're not being the adult, or you're not even being forthright. Mars is not comfortable in Cancer. Mars struggles in Cancer because Mars wants to take action and move it ahead. But here in Cancer, it's like swimming and figuring it out and circling, sometimes circling the drain in order to get to the heart of the issue. Mars is retrograde until February 24th, traveling back to 17 degrees of Cancer, stations direct, then moves forward and is done in Cancer April 19th. So it's 3.5 months of this Mars in Cancer. And the purpose is to go deeper into what you really need. What do you need? What do you feel? What is going on within you that maybe you haven't wanted to look at or understand yourself? And so it's coming back to your internal world. It's coming back home to yourself. You might need more alone time, more privacy. You could feel some barriers going up with this Mars in Cancer, a sense of don't talk to me, do not disturb, closed. This energy is in the Cancer areas of your chart. Between 17 to 29 degrees of Cancer is where this energy is the biggest. And it's where you're working through something at a deeper emotional level of your being. It could be something you realize you didn't get in childhood, that you didn't get from your mom, you didn't experience in your family. It's where you have unresolved anger. You didn't get the attention, the emotional fulfillment. You weren't validated. Your feelings weren't heard. And then you have an experience that triggers all that. And the purpose is to then go to that part of yourself that needs that emotional validation and comfort. Now, this Mars retrograde in Cancer, and even Mars direct in Cancer, is going to have beautiful support from Uranus, Neptune, and Saturn, and the North Node in Pisces. So you're going to have support. You're going to have ways to work through this, to mature it, to understand it, to get to the heart of it, to feel stronger around what you need, whatever you're feeling, whatever's coming up for you. It could be like related to the mother. Maybe it's understanding this is who my mother is. This is understanding from a detached, objective perspective. This is who she is. She did her best, or this is what she thought was best. You're meant to eventually find peace and understanding. It's going to be choppy. It's meant to be something that you don't hold back what you really feel or understand. You don't hold back what you really want. Mars in Cancer can hold back what it wants and then has resentment, and then can be really passive aggressive, can actually be very calm until that trigger comes out and then the attack happens. So emotional regulation is going to be important here. If you get triggered, have a way to remove yourself from a situation. Take a step back. Be like, I need to process this. I need to be in my own space. I'm not ready to talk about this yet. I need time. I'll let you know when I'm ready to come back and discuss it or solve it. So it can be really moody, inconsistent. So keep in mind that this is happening for everyone. Allow people to do their thing, to have their space. Allow yourself the same. If you're feeling more emotional, that's just part of what this energy is. And know that it serves a purpose. It's helping you get to the heart of what you want, the heart of what you need. That emotional component, if it's been shut down, disconnected, disassociated, it's going to come up and you're going to see more of who you are and what you need. So I hope that gives you a heads up into some of the themes here of this Mars in Cancer journey, which lasts for 3.5 months. Also, defensiveness can be big and feeling extremely sensitive. So keep that in mind too. I'll be talking about this energy more on my podcasts, especially on the Wednesday podcast. So be sure and tune in, and we'll continue to get to what is coming up here, what is meant to come up. And that's also where I'll be discussing how this Mars in Cancer is supported through connections to Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, and the North Node. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. I'll see you back here soon.